Alright guys, today's goal, this is from 5.1. The learner will master the use of properties of exponents. Alright, so this is just a list of all the properties we're going to need to know. So make sure you know how to do these. So when you multiply the products and the base is the same, add the exponents. If you have a power to a power, it means multiply. You have only multiplication or only division going on, distribute. Okay? Negative exponent means take the inverse of the base. Anything to the 0 power equals 1. We got some examples. So if you need to, take a minute to press pause, copy all this stuff down. I'm not so worried about this as I am this. And I don't want a calculator. You need to do, so watch what happens here. You have a power to a power, so that means we do 2 times 3, 4 to the 6th. Okay, now if they're not there, fill it in with a 1. So same base, what are you doing? When you multiply, it means you add. So 1 plus 3. Negative 8 to the second. Or, not subtraction. I said negative in my head and it got, what's 1 plus 3? 4. So here, you distribute. So you get 2 to the third, 9 to the third. See, I'm not worried about you hitting 4 to the 6th in the calculator. Yeah, you might have to at some point, but right now I'm saying, can we? So you have 6 times 10 to the negative 4 times 10 to the 7th. So let's simplify this. That's scientific notation. 6/9 simplifies to 2 over 3. And then what do you do with these? Subtract. So you get negative 4 minus 7. So you get 2 times 10 to the negative 11th over 3. But you don't want a negative exponent when we're just simply evaluating like this. So we got to move it down. So that means 2 divided by 3 times 10 to the 11th. Okay? Again, not that worried about this. We're worried about simplifying. So when you're multiplying anything of the same base, what do you do with all the exponents? You add them. So that would be x squared. So we have 7. Because what do you do when you're multiplying the same base? You add. So that'd be y to the 2 plus negative 4. Z to the 5 plus negative 1. Well, how do I make that positive? What's the reciprocal of y? 1 over y. So watch what happens here. If it's in the numerator, it moves to the denominator. If it's in the denominator, negative means move it up. So see, we can distribute here since we can't simplify anything inside. So you get s to the 6th over t to the negative 8th. But see how it's in the bottom? That means move it up. So you get s to the 6th, t to the 8th. The bottom's gone, so it's a 1, so it's just that. So I would simplify inside first. So that would be x to the 4 minus 3, y to the negative 2 minus 6 to the third. So I get x, y to the negative 8th to the third power. So distribute. Power to a power, you multiply. How do I make that positive? Move it down. Oh, not negative. We moved it down, so it becomes positive. Never allowed to have negative exponents unless you're writing in scientific notation. Okay? Which is right here. So final answer in scientific notation. So just think about the rules we're doing. So what's 7 times 5? 35. 10 to the third times 10 to the fourth, add them, you get times 10 to the seventh. But this is not scientific notation, because scientific notation, the base has to be equal to 1, but less than 10. So I got to move that back, which means I have to add one more. So I get 3.5 times 10 to the 8th. Here, what's 14 divided by 7? 2. Subtract the exponents. Okay, so for this one, we have to get them into scientific notation first. So there's the decimal. How many places do I have to move back? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I have 7.2 times 10 to the 10th. Now watch this. How many times do I have to move it forward? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1.2 times 10 to the negative fourth. Anytime you move backwards like that, it's positive, but when you got to move it forward, it's negative. If the number's bigger than 1, it's a positive. If it's a number smaller than 1, it's negative. So now use your calculator. 7.2 divided by 1.2, 6. Subtract, so you get times 10 to the 14th. Okay? So there's everything. Be ready in class tomorrow to do some work, guys.